Champion of the world, Wilfred Benitez. Roberto Duran. 15 rounds of boxing.
Benitez, it is not unheard of for Benitez to cut. Maurice Hope cut Benitez. And there's a right hand by Benitez that stunned Duran. Duran was stunned by that overhand right by Wilfred Benitez. And a left hand scores by Benitez, a right hand right behind it, behind the head.
But I really believe my presence is a motivating factor for Duran.
Duran seems to be measuring Benitez when he gets him against the ropes. That's where he likes it.
Especially against the ropes. I think that's what he's trying to see, whether or not he's effective against the rope with Roberto Duran.
There's a little bit of blood on the trunks of Wilfred Benitez. I haven't seen where that's from. Right hand to the kidneys.
Montreal, very, very strong. New Orleans, he was quite weak.
There's a good left hand by Benitez that snaps the head of Duran back once more. Duran missing a wild uppercut that time.
It's not as clean and not as potent as they normally would be.
That left hand snapped the head of Benitez back, although Benitez was already headed back, and you can see the quickness defensively of Wilfred Benitez. A little bit of blood from the nose of Benitez, end of round 2.
Duran's very, very slick, and speed will beat Duran. You have to feint him.
And Benitez is going to give him everything he has right now. And another right hand scores by Wilfred Benitez.
The way the pace is going all these early rounds.
And Benitez is definitely the quicker of the two men. There's no question about that. Once again inside, and Benitez did not get hurt by that punch of Duran's, nor by that one. Duran is missing a great deal, but Benitez scores with the right hand to the side of the head of Roberto Duran and snaps his head back with a left jab. Quicker, Duran seems to be lunging a little bit. He has been missing an awful lot. He has had his man where he's wanted him, and there's a left hand right to the head of Duran by Benitez. Duran has had Benitez where he wants him, back to the ropes, and every time he has, Benitez has gotten the better of the action. Right hand by Duran misses, and the right hand by Benitez scores on the heart. And a left jab snaps the head back of Roberto Duran. And now it is Benitez who is the attacker, and Duran who is backing up.
Benitez knows fully well now frustration will be the key to Roberto Duran.
Benitez, that snapping jab and a right hand, and the legs buckled on Roberto Duran. There's a right hand above the eye. And again, 3 left hands, all of which score on Roberto Duran by Wilfred Benitez. Benitez goes to the body and then comes up with a right left hand and misses. There's the best punch of the fight by Roberto Duran. It did catch Benitez, and the knees wobbled a little bit, but Benitez comes right back with a right cross. In agreement that this fight is not going to go the road.
Not the way Benitez is working the body now. I'm not taking things from Duran, but I just feel Benitez is on top of things.
That was Benitez with a left hand, not Duran. Duran misses with a right hand to the side of the head of Benitez. Benitez just makes his man miss. You can't talk about that enough. And there's a right hand snapping the head back of Roberto Duran again. A right hand lead by Wilfred Benitez. And Duran might have slowed down a step. Another right hand.
You don't normally see this from Roberto Duran, moving away from the opponent.
Duran has not done any damage to Benitez here in this round. There's a right hand that does score, but Benitez again was backing out of there. There's a left hand as Duran backed out of there. Very damaging punch that time. A left hand to the ribs of Roberto Duran by Wilfred Benitez. And there's a right hand in the legs of Wilfred Benitez that time. And once again a left hand by Duran, and Duran has turned things around with 2 punches very quickly as time ticks down to the 6th round. And let's see if that doesn't lift the man psychologically. It was a booming right hand.
Every time Duran is able to land a big punch, Barry, he'll come back.
And Benitez scores with a right hand of his own. And a whistling right hand to end the 6th round. Maybe the best round of the fight. And you can hear the force. There's a left hand to the side of the head of Benitez, but Benitez does not take a backward step. And Benitez snaps the head of Duran back with a right uppercut in close quarters.
tries with the punch.
Benitez getting the better of this exchange. Most punches missed.
He doesn't take the full impact of a punch.
That punch missed. Not much damage, a lot of activity, not much damage. There's a left hand on the nose of Duran. Duran does not back up. And another left hand, two left hands. Duran says, no, I'm not hurt, comes right back at Benitez. And the fire seems to be coming back in Duran a little bit. It's a defiance almost. There's not been a lot of damage done, even though there's been a lot of action. That was a right hand that did hurt Duran. Duran is hurt. He comes right back after Benitez, but that is an instinctual reaction.
It seems to be a cut across Duran's left eye.
The left eye, and it is bleeding reasonably seriously. End of round 7.
Duran had the right thing in mind the last round when he started coming back.
And now the left hand snaps the head of Duran back, and the blood once more comes from the eye of Roberto Duran, and a right hand scores. Left hook, but not with a lot on it. Thrown by Roberto Duran, the best punch of that exchange.
Now the head's beginning to collide now.
And that was a lunging left hand that just caught the nose. Once more, the confidence seems to have risen. And Wilfred Benitez, there's a right hand, and that hurt Duran. Duran backs out of there momentarily. None of those punches doing a lot of damage as we come to the end of the 8th round here at Caesar's Palace. Benitez right there, and it got Duran out of there. And Benitez again now is starting to dictate the tempo of the fight. It's just a case of the spirit willing and the flesh being a little bit weak. A right hand, and that sends Benitez back into the rope. But once again, Ray, it's one punch. There's a right hand again that scores by Duran, but again, Duran can't follow it up as Benitez gets out of there, and the blood starts to come from the eye, and I believe also possibly over the bridge of the nose. And there's a right hand by Benitez. To continue, although he has said he won't. There's a right hand. Once more, you saw the legs of Duran go. Overhand right by Benitez, and a left hand behind it.
So Benitez is trying to knock Duran out.
Right hand a little bit short as again Benitez just got his chin out of there. 3 punches by Duran.
The caliber of fight Benitez is, because Benitez is a superior counter puncher. He sets Duran up.
There it is right there, as advertised. 25 seconds less remaining. The left hand, but Duran was already going back. That punch did not hurt.
Maybe his father told Benitez too many times he was going to lose in the fight with you, Ray.
I'm glad he did, Carlos.
Meanwhile, Benitez still continues to have things his own way here against Roberto Duran in the 11th round. And now, in fact, as he takes a pretty good shot, that's our... Get Larry Merchant at the end of this round, perhaps, to look at his own card and talk about how he's seen the fight. And there's a good right hand by Benitez. An uppercut misses. Duran got out of there. It is not unprecedented for Benitez to be knocked down in the late rounds. To wit, Sugar Ray Leonard put him down in round 15. Got to start feeling the sands of time start to shift a little bit on him. And again, and now a little blood showing on the left eye of Benitez. It is in virtually the same place as the cut on Duran's eye.
Benitez comes in with that left hook to the body and to the head.
Fighting Sugar Ray Leonard, I don't say this because you're sitting alongside of me, but fighting Sugar Ray Leonard is a money fight. And that's the name of the game. Right hand that time by Duran.
Duran was hurt very seriously. That overhand right by Benitez rocked Duran. Duran stumbled back.
Benitez, of course, with that right hand, not Duran. Duran was the man that was hurt. And again, a right hand. And here's a right hand by Duran. Benitez says, I'm not hurt. Come on after me. End of the round. And Duran does not want to get careless. He has been hurt by Benitez. Neither man showing any blood now after both men had been cut alongside the eye. Looking for that opportunity, looking for that one chance, stalking.
Both men look very impressive. Duran needs to go to work.
Inside the 30-second mark now of round 14.